Good morning. I'm Tony. We have Sam, Jessica, Terrence, and Justin on my team. Our project is the Programmable LED light painting wand. Pretty much a self-explanatory project. It might even make you think, wow, are they building a stick with lights on it? Yes. Okay. For you to understand why we took this project, let me tell you a little bit about light painting. In the world of photography, there's something called light painting. It's a very creative method of coming up with these photographs right here. And what you have is these photographers, very creative artists, put lights on a stick. If you time it correctly, turn them on and off in the right way, you can come up with whatever your mind can imagine. Letters, text, photographs. Now, what are we're designing? We're designing a wand with a certain number of LEDs on it. These LEDs, the initial one will have 144. They will be able to be manipulated in brightness and in color. But not only that, these the one we're designing, it will have an onboard controller. It will have memory, and you can upload bitmap images of your desire. It will have a rechargeable battery pack. It'll be Bluetooth capable, and pretty much it can do whatever you want it to do with regards to photography. Now, we have some key requirements, and the key requirements are the power management circuitry, which is done by Justin, Sam, and myself. The microcontroller coding will be done by Jessica and Terrence. And the mechanical design of the wand, about 1 meter in length, will be Justin. So, with that being said, we're going to open it up to questions, if you have any.
What's out there today?
Yes, sir.
What's out there today?
Right now, there is, what they don't have is what just I mentioned, is that they do have the microcontrollers, but they have to disassemble it, connect it to your computer, reprogram it. In our case, you can upload bitmaps, which bitmaps already come inherently with the color data, the brightness data for each pixel. That's what we're doing.
The LEDs, are they going to be tricolor or are they going to be single color?
They're RGB, programmable.
Okay. So just on the goals that you've got set for this, you have, say, controllable via TC. That's not, and I've seen that in a number of projects, so I'm not picking on you guys, but that is not a goal, that's an implementation detail. So the goals are what you want it to be. If you were selling this, would the person buy it? If it's rechargeable, that's a goal, but also battery life would also come as a design goal. And I really am not seeing that today as much as I would like to. Measurable goals so you know when you're done and you can have a conversation, because that's the kind of conversations you have with the customer of what do you want to see, and that needs to be up here as well. And the other thing I don't see in terms of the design is when you're doing these, when doing light painting, one of the hardest things to do is to move it smoothly across the frame. So there's nothing in here in the way of an accelerometer that allows you to control that aspect of it.
We do have that into consideration,
Okay.
and we do have the what you mentioned about the controller. But our mentor advised us, don't put too many of our boring details in there yet, and we left it out.
Okay. This is the time for boring details sufficient to determine whether you've got what you need. So that's something that should have been included here if you plan on using it.
So is there some kind of feedback to this person that's doing this, or?
It's going to have a potentiometer under that will be, you can control the brightness. You can, and an LCD screen, Justin?
You can control the delay rate, the frame rate as you're walking, so it's a little trial, it'll be a little trial and error, but you can control the frame rate with the potentiometer as well.
So what's the goal
Is
of
this
the...
a thing that people that do this, can they make money doing this, or
You mean
That
people
I don't know.
walk with it, or-
painting people, or whatever?
Doing artist
Good
make-
Huh? Yeah, good point. After they die, we'll keep this bitmap, and we'll have it.
So what's the role of the Bluetooth module, right? I mean, I don't understand why there's a need for remote connectivity, right?
We're going to try to, we were been directed to leave the app part connecting to the Bluetooth out for this, leave it for future teams, but we will connect via laptop Bluetooth and push a bitmap file onto the memory for,
So it's just for uploading, it's just for uploading a bitmap, you're using
Yes.
Bluetooth?
Yes, future semesters, they're gonna be developing a phone app for it. as
I would
well.
encourage you
But we
to
also have
include something
onboard
like
SQ.
that. I mean, this is one judge's opinion, that the scope of this project, you've got 5 people, and just downloading and even just putting a couple of buttons in an app that allows you to make some of those other adjustments should be feasible within the time allotted.
So what do you think is going to be your toughest problem in the next semester?
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Bluetooth. Thank you.
Okay. All right.